Hey, Tim Gebhardt, Executive Director of the Miracle League of the South Hills. Our Muscles for Miracles program has been awesome so far, so I just want to help teach you at home what we've been doing here with our athletes. The first thing we're going to talk about is fielding a regular ground ball. So when you're practicing at home, we're going to talk about 3 steps to fielding a regular ground ball. The first step to fielding it is having a wide base. This helps us stay balanced and be able to move side to side. If I'm too shallow, if I'm too narrow together, go down to field the ground ball, I could fall over. That's why we tell our athletes, have a nice wide athletic base. The second thing is we want to get this big thing down to the ground. That brings our head and our eyes to ball level. And then the third thing is our glove and our hands are going to be out in front of us. So we have the wide base, we have our butt down, and then we have our hands out in front of us. So this is the proper position to field a regular ground ball. Now if you notice my glove, my fingertips of the glove are on the ground, all right? Not the back side of my glove. Because that way the ball, as it comes in, might hit here, 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 and we all don't like that, okay? So fingertips on the ground, wide base, butt down, hands out front, and that's how you field a regular ground ball. And now we're going to talk about throwing the baseball to get people out. The game of baseball, if you break it down to its simplest form, is very easy. You got to catch the ball and throw the ball to get outs. You think of a double play, all right? It's complicated. There's a lot of things moving. It looks like it's a really cool play, but really, it's a catch, a throw, a catch, a throw, and a catch. Ground ball to shortstop, he's got to catch the ball. He's then got to throw it to the second baseman. The second baseman's got to catch the ball. He's got to throw it to the first baseman, and the first baseman's got to catch the ball. Catch, throw, catch. So the better we can catch the ball, and the better we can throw the ball, the better ball player we're going to become. So with this drill, it's going to simulate you already catching the ball in your wide base, butt down, hands out front stance. This is my starting point. All right, I like to use cones as visuals. This is going to be my throwing point, and this third cone here is my finishing point. We want to move our feet towards the target where we're throwing it to. That's going to help us be more accurate and also be able to hit our person in the chest or the chin. That's where we're kind of aiming for, because if you throw it to the chest or the chin, you're most likely going to catch that ball. If you don't, that might hurt a little bit. You throw it over here, you throw it down here, you might catch it, but you might not. All right, so this drill simulated, to get from my starting point to my throwing point, I'm going to simply shuffle. I got a wide base, butt down, hands out front. I'm going to shuffle, and I get to this what's called the power position. So you can look at your athletes and make sure they're in this power position. Notice, when I started, I was low, and when I came here, I'm still low. I don't stand up and throw, all right? I'm still in a nice loaded position. You can see my arm is like in an L shape, and my lead arm is pointing at the target that I want to throw it to. From this position, I'm going to be able to use my momentum to throw the ball and get to my finishing point. All right, so the drill is going to look something like this. I've got my wide base, my butt down, my hands out front. I field the ball, I shuffle, I throw, I follow my throw. Now you can use a target. Mom or dad can stand there and catch the ball and throw it back. Have your athlete come back, shuffle, throw, follow my throw. A couple of drills that can help your athlete get better at home. If you and your athlete want to practice ground balls, have them get in the wide base, butt down, hands out front stance, and you're over there and you just simply roll them 5, 6, 7 ground balls. Make their thighs start burning a little bit. That's going to get the muscle memory that you need to feel when you're in a game. As the balls hit to you, your muscle memory is going to take over and you're automatically going to get down to that position. If your athlete does not have you at home and they want to practice, hey, give them a tennis ball, give them a softball, one of our Miracle League balls. If you got a wall, simply have them place a cone out in front. The cone helps them field this ground ball out in front and throw the ball against the wall 5 to 10 times. As you stay low, you're still teaching your body the muscle memory you need to have the wide base, the butt down, and the hands out front. If you have something here, the reason for this object is because if you can see your athlete starting to field the ball behind them, it's going to come and hit this object and they're not going to field the ball. So that's how you can practice and take a lot of ground balls at home. Guys, one last thing about talking about throwing a baseball. It's very important that you find the C on the baseball, because a four-seam grip is going to do three things. It's going to let you throw the ball harder, faster, and more accurate. If you don't use a four-seam grip, that ball tends to tail side to side depending on the grip that you have. So if you're throwing it to your teammate to get an out, you want to make sure that that ball goes straight. So you find the C on the baseball and you put your two fingers right there. Because when the ball spins, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 seams. All right, so that's called the four-seam grip. Especially with our Miracle League baseballs. You can see how those, when our pitchers throw it, sometimes it moves and it curves and all over the place. Four-seam grip is going to help that go straighter, faster, and farther. To help you practice, you can simply take the ball, throw it into your glove, pull it out, look at it, find the four-seam grip, and before you throw it back in there, make sure you have it, throw it in, take it out, and there it is. The more you practice that, you can all of a sudden do it without looking. Back, forth, four-seam grip, back, in the glove, four-seam grip.